The other day, I was hanging out with a friend at a market in the South Delhi neighborhood of Green Park, and we decided to check out the Nykaa showroom there. We didn't want to spend any money initially, but the saleswoman gave us a tour of all the new products in the store: Korean, Indian, and American upscale brands. I realized that my bare bones skincare routine was painfully lacking, and by the time we exited, we both had bags full of products we clearly couldn't comfortably afford. Yes, it's true I'm not all that money smart, but my example isn't an aberration in the Indian context either. India is the sixth largest beauty market in the world, and the BPC or beauty and personal care market in India will be worth $34 billion by 2030, according to a recent report by research firm IBDO. But the per capita spending on beauty in India is low, at 15 US dollars or 1200 rupees. That's behind the per capita spending in all Western countries, China, Brazil, and even the Gulf. For context, the global average of this figure is 72 US dollars. Essentially, what this means is that we Indians love our beauty products, but we don't want to spend money on it. And that's also why minis are particularly popular in India. In the West, people use them as samples or as travel packs, but in India, consumers also use them on a daily basis. More and more luxury brands are coming up in the country, like Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty or Deepika Padukone's 82 Degree East. And while Indians cannot necessarily afford luxury in full size, they still want minis of luxury products. I'm your host Kudrat Wadhwa and you're listening to The Signal Daily. We don't do hot takes. Instead, we bring you deep dives into the how and why of consumer trends. In this episode, we'll learn about the beauty market of minis of luxury products in India. Why are consumers gravitating toward these? And what does that say about aspiration and affordability and identity among Indian women today? The Indian beauty market has seen a boom in the last 2 decades. The same report I mentioned earlier said that the organized offline beauty market is still growing at a rate of 14%. And the e-commerce segment is growing even faster at a rate of 25%, thanks to big names like Nykaa. The experience of consumers also reflects the same growth. Here's Palak, a 32-year-old woman, talking about how she got interested in makeup and skincare.
So my name is Palak. I am 32 years and I'm from Bangalore. I started buying beauty products, especially makeup products, I guess, somewhere from class 11th. It's been almost 12 years now. The only thing is initially it was more of makeup products. Then slowly I moved on to skincare. And as when you are in college, so you try to buy the brands which are more economical, and then slowly, once you start earning, you go to the higher end brands. So when I was in college, I used to prefer L'Oreal, Maybelline, Mamaearth and all. Now then, I guess from almost 7 years or 6 years before, I've started using brands like Huda Beauty, MAC, and then you have Clinique, you have First Essentials, which is very good for your skincare.
Like Palak, many young women, millennials and Gen Z, are moving beyond the basic and economical brands of our youth. Right now, luxury products hold only about a 4% share in India's overall beauty market, according to a report by Kearney, a management consulting company. That's unlike other Asian countries where luxury has a higher market share. Kearney predicts that as disposable incomes in India rise, and the middle class expands to reach 50% of the population by 2030, the luxury market is also going to grow at a CAGR of 14%. It's not that the middle class can necessarily afford to buy luxury, but that this class is aspirational. The younger lot among them, especially, so that's people between the ages of 15 to 45, tend to spend rather than save. Incomes are increasing in India, but they're still not high enough for us to afford, say, a 4,000 rupee Charlotte Tilbury lipstick or a 5,000 rupee Laneige moisturizer. Still, consumers can taste luxury by buying a mini version of these products, which will generally cost, say, 1,000 or 800 rupees. And then, of course, a lot of Instagram influencers are buying minis and making videos of themselves.
आज की वीडियो ना बहुत क्यूट होने वाली है। आज मैं सारे प्रोडक्ट्स के मिनीज यूज करने वाली हूँ स्किन केयर के लिए। थोड़ी सी मैंने लिपस्टिक लगा रखी थी, तो ये बायोडर्मा की फेस वॉश प्लस माइसलर वाटर है जो वो यूज किया ट्रैवल के लिए। बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा है, बहुत मिनी सा है, छोटू सा। डॉट एंड की का फेस वॉश यूज किया जो कि मुझे फ्री मिला था, और फिर इसके बाद ये मास्क यूज किया है जो कि है गुड वाइब्स का, बहुत ही छोटू सा था। कुछ भी कहो यार, फ्री प्रोडक्ट जो मिलते हैं ना उनमें मजा ही आ जाती है।
Hi guys, so I'm going to show you all the mini products that I have bought from Sephora. Some of them I bought and some of them I got as a free gift because I shopped for so much. This is the Living Proof hairspray. Look how tiny it is. Then I got these as a freebie. This is a Luxe sample by Paula's Choice, and this is a very famous brand in the West. Last but not the least, I bought some minis from Rare Beauty. Look how tiny they are. They are literally the size of my pinky finger. This is the highlighter in the shade Mesmerize.
Minis are big in India. You'll find minis of several brands on Nykaa's website. There's even websites that just sell sample-sized products. So there's Smitten and Try Me First, there's Yotobox. Smitten has even gamified the process of buying. You earn trial points when you buy something, and you can later trade those points for something else.
Mini versions I buy when it is an expensive product. Like recently, I bought minis of the Deepika Padukone's brand, 82 East. I think that's what we say. I mostly buy minis in the event. There's a brand that's quite expensive, so it doesn't make sense to invest 3,000, 4,000 or even more than that for a product only to realize it doesn't suit your skin.
That was Nishreen, a 32-year-old woman who works at a government bank. Nishreen told the Signal Daily that when she sees an Instagram influencer recommend a product, she feels FOMO, and so she wants it too.
Currently, this DU Indian brand, and everybody has been raving about it, and mostly everybody speaks some good things about it. So the FOMO is basically like I hear people speaking about it, and also there's a thought that you want to try it, but it gets too expensive, 3,000, 4,000, or even maybe more than that to invest in something like that. Or there's this Estee Lauder's ANR serum that costs like I think 7,500 bucks for a small 8 ml bottle, I think. So in cases of this, there is a curiosity or wonder that why is it so expensive, and why, despite being expensive, why do people still keep on, the people who buy it regularly keep on purchasing it despite its high price. So there's an expectation, maybe it is worth it. So you just want to try it, not just, if there's an option to try it in a mini, so why not?
Palak said the same thing, that minis are good when you want to try a new product without shelling out multiple thousands of rupees over something that could just be a hype.
So now if you will see MAC's lipstick 5 years before used to be, the full size lipstick used to be 1,000 rupees. Now the same lipstick is around 2,500. But to consider the clientele who is currently new and who want to try out new shades or some shades which you will not use on daily basis, the mini version is now coming up into the 1,000 rupees. So that is something which is really helpful for me. One, yes, it does save cost. The second thing is, if I am using something which I will not be using on daily purpose and, might be for occasional use or some limited purpose, that time also the minute thing comes up. If you want to try something new, you are not sure to buy the full size product, there also it helps. And obviously in travel, it does help. Like, say, if I know that I am using, say, there is one shade of Meher, which is almost a best selling for MAC. I guess all the girls of my age, they must be knowing. So they will go and buy the full size. But if they will come up with some new shades, which I don't know how will it will suit on my skin, especially. So that way they go. And the minis helps you a lot in gifting also. Like if you want to gift something, some pebble or something like this.
In addition to minis being a good entryway into beauty, they're also cute and make for nice gifts. And of course, they're nice if you're traveling and don't want to carry a bag full of heavy, full-sized products. In the West, people use minis as gifts or as travel packs. But in India, consumers use them for daily usage as well. There's people who buy minis once and then keep buying minis of the same products again and again. That's despite the fact that this choice doesn't make sense from a unit economics perspective. That's because a mini might be half the size of a regular product, but its price will still probably be more, around, say, 2/3 of the original price of the full-size product. That's because a lot of money, especially with luxury products, goes into packaging and presentation and advertisements.
Honestly, I don't think there's a very logical or valid justification except the fact that mostly I think it is the moment of having, like, okay, for a small product, you still get to try a luxury brand. So it is more of the curiosity. I don't think I have been able to really logically justify it. I mean, it does make me feel good, at least because, mostly the luxury brands, when you buy it, they don't just deliver you the product, they have this entire packaging. Okay, there's one brand which I don't think is now very much in the news, but Listen Science Skincare, something like that, had launched their products, which I think costed around, like, a sunscreen cost is 1,600, not that expensive. But when I bought it, I remember it came in a box which also had a good booklet. It had stories about the brand, all the different kind of products it had, in a very fancy, it wasn't just some cheap booklet. They had invested in the marketing too, you could see that. So it wasn't some brown dabba which you open with a sellotape and you throw it away, it goes. It's everything. They come in very nice packaging. The way even 82 East box were quite good. They give you this entire experience of when the product gets delivered, how you open the packaging, all the different maybe notes, maybe a sticker, in that case a booklet, and then you use the product.
Buying a luxury brand is not just about utility or the fact that they might have good ingredients. It's also about the experience. Their presentation is a class apart. Starting from marketing, they usually work with big-name celebs, to what arrives in your mailbox, a gorgeous, classy box with booklets that tell you a story about the brand. Even if someone cannot afford to buy a full-size skincare regimen from Laneige, at least they can get a taste for it using minis. The allure of minis for consumers is a bit like the allure of skincare and makeup in general. It's not just about what has clear results, but also about the feelings it evokes in you.
Skincare has actually quite been a learning experience. Like I said, I was someone who used to years back think that, oh, ye cream lagana, ye karna, wo karna, all vanity and falana, everything. But since I think I saw my friend and I realized if I'm working so hard in everything, so why does working hard only mean that I have to do stuff for others, not for myself? So I just started skincare when I saw my friend doing skincare. To be honest, I saw her house laden with every product we name, every brand we name, and I thought, why not me? At least let me do something. So I started slow. I was roped into the whole 10K skincare routine. Overall, I think after learning everything, I do realize that when I look good, I feel good. I get compliments occasionally. What do I do? Everything. And more than that, feeling good is also, I think it is also instilled discipline in me. Remembering to do it regularly, even especially at nights when you're tired, finding a routine that works for you. It has actually made me, in a weird way, I don't know how to put into words, but it has made me believe that it is okay to take care of myself in any way I want. And it does not mean I'm overspending or something like that. It is all right to take care of me once in a while. and it's okay to invest in stuff that makes me feel good.
Beauty isn't just about looking good, it's also about feeling good and feeling seen by others. Our grandmothers and mothers were thrifty and didn't do much self care. The older women in my family, I think, don't really even use moisturizer. But today's young consumers use skincare and makeup as small but powerful acts of self expression. Though full size luxury products are out of reach for most people, for them, minis offer a way in, a little piece of aspiration wrapped in elegant packaging. They're not just travel-sized bottles or trial packs. They're tokens of ambition, of curiosity, of wanting more, not just from a product, but from life. So yes, maybe buying minis is not the most money-smart choice, but for a generation trying to balance dreams with budgets, minis are a compromise and a statement that we may be thrifty, but we still want luxury. That's all for today. You just heard the Signal Daily. We don't do hot takes. Instead, we bring you deep dives into the how and why of consumer trends. The Core produces the Signal Daily. Follow us wherever you get your favorite podcasts. To check out the rest of our work, go to www.thecore.in. If you have feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Write to us at feedback@thecore.in, or you can write to me at kudrat@thecore.in. Thank you for listening.